We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
These two teams, they met in L.A. earlier in the year with the Chargers coming out victorious. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for James Conner, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll try the air now with Herbert.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. McManus's point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long, had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps, to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 27. Herbert now. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. Just their 1st in this half. We'll step aside and come right back. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Oh, this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and there he goes right side. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points.
Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 1st down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st. The Broncos at 500, 7-7 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. That guy's going to be tough to beat in this one.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. He's got it to Williams. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Wilson. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
4th down. Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
The kick by McManus is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got Allen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger 1st down.
After 1, our score, 12-6. first down carry for Henry.
And a lane slow in materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 39. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Henry up the middle. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Play action. Now Wilson.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam now.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
He'll get that complete to Albert O. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
On second down, Williams. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They go play action with Wilson.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy.
A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Herbert.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On 1st and 10, Herbert.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert.
Herbert has it knocked free.
It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
McManus's point after is good, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Cooper is going to remain in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got him in, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. This time, the extra point up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
In motion left goes a tight end. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is fielded at the 27. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It was actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Gano out to kick this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 20-yard line.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing is Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Wilson to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Operating from the gun. Wilson got a man open. It's Sutton.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Unfortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, and keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Williams taken down at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He completes this to Sutton, and they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 28. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And the Chargers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll try the right side with Henry. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Herbert. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead. Let's go.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Javonte Williams.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Herbert now.
That is caught by Lamb.
The 30. 10. Touchdown, L.A.
CeeDee Lamb.
75 yards.
And the Chargers get a bit closer. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Wilson.
Got a man. It's Judy complete.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 39. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, normally start running the football, you've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call through the offensive coordinator. You like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Chase Young able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. One last throw here for Herbert. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll have this past the 30.